Yesterday, we showed you the footage. Mayor Karen Bass storming into MacArthur Park, physically confronting federal agents, demanding that they leave. Well, the backlash has been swift and brutal. Calls for her arrest are exploding across social media. Officials are now openly discussing obstruction charges. And the Border Patrol Union released a scathing statement. She crossed a line no elected official should cross. What started as a routine MS-13 raid has become a constitutional crisis. The question isn't whether she interfered. We all saw it. The question is what happens next. Will the DOJ actually charge a sitting mayor? We all want to see it. A sanctuary city is about to face federal consequences that they never imagined. It's about time, I think. Now, the precedent is being set, and it changes everything, so keep on watching. Now, as federal agents battle sanctuary city politicians protecting cartels, your body battles aging every single day. By age 40, collagen production drops significantly, leading to wrinkles, sagging skin, and joint pain. That's why I use Ageless Multi-Collagen in my smoothies. 5 key types from 4 premium sources, hydrolyzed for maximum absorption, no clumping, no odor, just smooth blending into your morning routine. 0 GMOs, antibiotics, or artificial ingredients, just clean collagen that works. Every order helps feed hungry children through nokidhungry.org. Get 51% off plus free shipping, a 60-day guarantee, lifetime coaching, and a free skincare ebook. Visit healthwithgary.com and reclaim your youth today. You'll find it linked down in the description. Okay, so we played you the footage yesterday. Karen Bass making a fool of herself. That helicopter footage, yeah, it went viral. Well, now we have CBP Sector Chief Greg Bovino, who told LA Mayor Karen Bass to get used to us.
For Karen Bass, the federal government is not leaving LA. I don't work for Karen Bass. The federal government doesn't work for Karen Bass. We're going to be here till that mission's accomplished, as I said, and better get used to us now because this is going to be normal very soon. So,
Karen Bass, you better accept the new normal. Bill Mallusion, 24 hours ago, we are with hundreds of federal agents and military as a massive federal immigration enforcement operation is underway in MacArthur Park, sanctuary city of Los Angeles, an area with heavy MS-13 influence. Mayor Bass has demanded the raid stop. Feds respond with one of the largest yet, including Border Patrol agents on horseback, protesters already showing up. So here are some of the shots that went down at MacArthur Park yesterday when Karen Bass decided to show up and try to stop this entire operation of these folks just trying to keep Los Angeles safe. Now, let's take a look at what the border czar, Tom Homan, had to say, discussing the rhetoric that we have heard from the left. As you know, there was a shooting, an ICE agent. Well, now we have his reaction.
I've been warning about this for 2 months. I think the last time I did the show, Laura, we talked about it. I also talked about it in the Hannity show that I've been around a long time. I said if the rhetoric didn't decrease significantly, it's going to end up with loss of life. It's going to end up with a use of force either against a protester turning criminal or against ICE or Border Patrol agent. Someone's going to be seriously injured if not killed. And of course, the media attacked me. Fear monger home, and he's threatening that someone's going to die. Look, I've been around a long time. You got members of Congress, Jayapal, comparing them to terrorists. AOC says we're out there violating people's civil and constitutional rights. You got Jeffries out there running his mouth about the Gestapo. And it just the ramped up rhetoric is going to cause a situation where someone loses their life. We saw that today. I was hoping I'd be wrong, but I wasn't. And I tell you something else. It's not the end. Unless we stop the hateful rhetoric against ICE and Border Patrol, comparing them to Nazis, there's going to be more situations like that. ICE has already stepped up enforcement posture at their facilities. Border Patrol's done the same thing. But the rhetoric has to stop. They're simply enforcing law that Congress enacted. So for Congress to attack them, to force them the laws they wrote, it's ridiculous. It's going to end in bloodshed. And I think there will be more bloodshed.
Oh, my goodness. He says it's going to end in more bloodshed. Here is the White House Deputy Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller, one of my favorite members of the administration, always sharp, razor sharp with his rhetoric, talking on Jesse Waters' show, Fox.
Enforcement has to leave. There is an insurrectionist movement in the Democratic Party that is inspiring domestic terrorism against ICE. When you have the mayor of Los Angeles mobilizing agitators, mobilizing the mob against ICE, saying that federal law enforcement has to leave her city. This is a settled constitutional question. Federal law is the supreme law of the land. You cannot nullify it. You cannot succeed from it. It is the law of the United States of America. So these insurrectionist Democrats are every day engaging in rhetoric that is incentivizing, that is encouraging, that is fomenting violent terrorist attacks against ICE and ICE officers. Not only in the shootings that you've seen recently, but ICE officers are being doxxed. Their families and children are being threatened. Their addresses are being posted online. They are being subjected to a campaign of terror by these radical Democrats. There is an insurrectionist movement.
Oh, yeah. We're watching it all unfold. Here we have more from Stephen Miller exposing the real reason Democrats are promoting war against ICE and immigration.
Why, Jesse? What is this all about? This is the central struggle in the West. The Democrat Party's objective is to flood the West with millions upon millions of illegals from the developing world, from the poor nations of the world, the failed states of the world, the collapsing states of the world, believing that in so doing, they will collapse the West. They will collapse the middle class. They will collapse the population that has lived here before the migrants came. And in so doing, they think in the rubble of that, they can rule. They can sit on top of the pile of ashes. Ask yourself this: why is it that Democrats are so insistent that unlimited numbers of illegals from countries that are incapable of managing their own affairs come here? Countries like Somalia, countries like Haiti, countries that have no history of successful self-government, and they want unlimited numbers of illegals from those countries and refugees from those countries to come with no chance at the pace, the scale, the scope of arrivals at being able to assimilate and integrate into the American way of life. What has it done to our schools? What has it done to our hospitals? What has it done to just traffic in our cities? Every issue that affects our quality of life, Jesse, public safety, drugs, crime, education, healthcare, waiting in the emergency room, are all exacerbated, worsened, and undermined by mass illegal immigration. ICE officers are heroes, and they need the support of the American people. President Trump is liberating our towns, just as he was promised, just as the American people overwhelmingly voted to give him a mandate to do just 5 months ago. Why, Jesse?
Unreal. Here's MacArthur Park. Children don't play here, says Jamels. It's full of drug addicts overdosing. Children would love to play here, but you enabled drug addicts and criminals. And you could see, I'm not even going to play that. Mayor Karen Bass arriving at MacArthur Park. Here's some footage that is from the ground. Now, we showed you the footage yesterday of the helicopter shot. Here's the footage from the ground. They're saying, Paul Zapula says, she arrives at MacArthur Park, where federal agents are raiding and demands for them to leave right now. She has zero jurisdiction in the matter involving deportations and is interfering. Arrest Bass now.
I am going to say.
Mayor Bass, I need to get my phone and we're departing.
Okay. All right. Statement, Mayor Bass. Mayor Bass.
Mayor Bass.
Oh my God.
Any comment, Mayor Bass?
Thank you.
Mayor Bass, any comment?
Yes, my comment is they need to leave, and they need to leave right now. They need to leave because this is unacceptable.
Who did you speak with?
Just wait and see.
Mayor Bass,
They will be leaving soon.
Mayor Bass, who did you speak with on the phone just now? Who did you speak with on the phone?
I had a custody.
Wow.
I am going to say.
Mayor Bass, I need to get my phone and we're departing.
Okay. All right. Statement, Mayor Bass. Mayor Bass.
Mayor Bass.
Oh my
Any
God.
comment, Mayor Bass? Mayor Bass, any comment?
Yes, my comment is that
He said, I need my phone back. We are departing. Did you hear that? She was successful in interfering. Unbelievable. And how did she pull that off? I'd love to know. Okay, let's see. This is footage from today. Minutes before, there were more than 20 kids playing, then the military comes through. This is Karen Bass. There were more than 20 kids playing, then the military comes through. The second I heard about this, I went to the park to speak to the person in charge, tell them they need to end it now. Outrageous. Well, we just showed you what that one person said. Children don't play here. Now, continuing on what else is happening. Acting U.S. Attorney Nancy Larson attempted murder charges against 10 individuals involved in a coordinated attack on ICE officers in Alvarado, Texas. A planned ambush.
Individuals. We're here to tell you that late at night on July 4th, Friday night at approximately 10:37 p.m. at the Prairieland ICE Detention Center in Alvarado, Texas, 10 to 12 individuals dressed in black military-style clothing began shooting fireworks and engaging in acts of vandalism at the facility. And this was part of an organized attack. Today, my office has charged 10 individuals with 3 counts of attempted murder of a federal officer. Each of the 10 are also charged with 3 counts of discharging a firearm in relation to a crime of violence. Each of these defendants faces a mandatory prison term of 10 years and up to life in prison. An additional co-conspirator was charged with obstruction of justice and conspiracy for attempting to conceal and destroy evidence in relation to the attack, and he faces up to 10 years in prison. Let's discuss the incident. It was a planned ambush with the intent to kill ICE corrections officers. Make no mistake, this was not a so-called peaceful protest. It was indeed an ambush. We're here to tell you that
Ambush on ICE officials. ICE, 10 people charged for a planned ambush. Here they are. Yep. Maybe you should have thought twice. So, if you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is right now. So why does this all matter? It's because we've crossed the Rubicon. Yesterday's footage of Bass physically obstructing federal agents isn't just shocking, it's the evidence. The backlash proves America will not tolerate elected officials acting like cartel protectors. Federal prosecutors are circling. The Border Patrol Union wants action, and millions are demanding accountability. It's not about immigration policy anymore. It's about whether mayors can physically block federal law enforcement. Now, if Bass walks away from this without charges, every sanctuary city mayor will feel emboldened to do the same. Next time, it won't just be a verbal confrontation. It could be physical resistance. So the precedent that we set today determines whether we have law for all or whether Democrat mayors get to play by different rules. MacArthur Park was the test case. What happens to Karen Bass decides whether federal authority means anything in sanctuary states. So the question remains, should obstruction charges be filed immediately? Yes or no? Sound off below. And show where you stand with Next News gear. The link's in the description. Auto Pen, President Auto Pen gear, Next News hat, MAG Avengers gear, Alligator Alcatraz, American Badass. Trigger a liberal today and support the network by going to shop.nextnewsnetwork.com.